Hi guys, welcome back to the Cinefile. Today we're diving deep into an epic, years-long rivalry that has transcended the wrestling ring and is now defining the new Hollywood hierarchy: John Cena versus The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. During the late 20th and early 21st centuries, one form of entertainment was captivating the world: World Wrestling Entertainment, better known as WWE. For decades, the Samoan dynasty has been a powerhouse, contributing legends like Efe and Sika, all the way to modern stars like Roman Reigns. But one member of that legendary lineage had bigger global ambitions. You know who I'm talking about? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Debuting in the WWE in 1996, he was an instant sensation, fueled by his incredible family legacy and that electrifying, once-in-a-generation mic skill. He dominated the iconic Attitude Era from 1997 to 2002, but his goal wasn't just to be a wrestling superstar, it was to be a global superstar. While The Rock began his transition in the early 2000s, his full-time departure from WWE was around 2004 to focus on his Hollywood career. And as one era closed, another began. John Cena debuted in WWE in 2002, becoming the company's ultimate franchise player and taking the top spot after The Rock's departure. He remained the face of WWE for over a decade. Their careers were separate for years, but no one could have predicted how their paths would cross again, not in the ring, but in the unforgiving landscape of A-list Hollywood and the messy world of the DC universe. John Cena spent years building his WWE legacy, but Hollywood eventually called for him too. His first major film was the WWE-produced The Marine, 2006. Cena maintained his WWE schedule, taking smaller roles until he shifted his focus more seriously in the late 2010s. He scored critical praise in comedies like Blockers and blockbusters like Bumblebee. Meanwhile, Dwayne Johnson had been operating at a completely different altitude. His film career, which officially started with The Mummy Returns and The Scorpion King, had exploded. By the mid-2010s, The Rock was an undeniable box office king, known for turning franchises into mega hits: Fast 5, Furious 7, the smash hit Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and voicing an iconic Disney character in Moana. Dwayne Johnson was seen as franchise Viagra, a surefire hit machine. But then came the post-pandemic shift. All franchises started their work again, but the massive, struggling world of the DC was finding solutions. The DC Extended Cinematic Universe, known as the DCEU, was faltering, especially when compared to the dominant Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. If you want a full breakdown of the Marvel vs. DC cinematic battle, check out my video right here. Enter Dwayne Johnson, who had tirelessly promoted his passion project, Black Adam. He positioned himself as the savior of DC, stating his goal was to shake up the entire franchise. His iconic, heavily promoted line was,
"As the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change."
The Black Adam film, released in 2022, was a critical disappointment, receiving mixed to poor reviews. While The Rock is a massive star, critics often point to his tendency to play the same character, and Black Adam was widely criticized for being a vanity project designed to elevate the character to the center of the DCEU, even though Black Adam is traditionally an antagonist, primarily a Shazam villain, not DC's main antihero. Despite the film's huge budget, Black Adam failed to turn a profit at the box office, becoming a financial flop that lost the studio money. The film's performance, coupled with Johnson's aggressive push for creative control, arguably hastened the end of the original DCEU. The old regime was shelved. As Dwayne Johnson's self-proclaimed hierarchy crumbled, a new, quieter hierarchy was forming thanks to writer-director James Gunn. Gunn, the man who brought the world Guardians of the Galaxy, was brought in to make the Suicide Squad. Gunn actually wrote the role of Peacemaker with Dave Bautista, another former WWE superstar, in mind. However, due to scheduling conflicts with Bautista, the part went to John Cena. Cena was not the first choice. He wasn't the pushover guy forcing his way in. He was the backup, the second option, and he nailed it. His portrayal of the tragically flawed patriot Peacemaker was a surprising highlight of the movie. James Gunn and DC management were so impressed that Cena landed his own critically acclaimed HBO Max series, Peacemaker. Then came the massive studio change. James Gunn and Peter Safran were handed the keys to officially reboot the entire franchise, creating the new DC universe, DCU. And the key to this new universe? John Cena's Peacemaker. The series and character are canon and a permanent, foundational part of the new DCU moving forward. This brings us to the core of the wrestler-to-actor rivalry. John Cena is what Dwayne Johnson wishes he could be right now. The Rock was loved in WWE, but he left at his prime for a singular, monumental, all-consuming personal ambition. He then tried to force his way to the top of DC's cinematic mountain, only to see his project fail and his influence rejected as the studio rebooted. John Cena stayed in WWE to serve his fans in his prime. When he shifted to acting, he wasn't pushy, he was humble. He took every role, earned critical praise, and when he was cast as a backup in a DC project, he committed fully. He didn't push his way into the new DCU, he earned his spot. Today, Cena is universally praised by both wrestling and Hollywood fans for his genuine commitment and fantastic comedic timing. He's a beloved cornerstone of the new DC universe. Meanwhile, The Rock's reputation for prioritizing himself and his brand continues to attract scrutiny, even in serious projects like the upcoming Smashing Machine biopic, which is already generating mixed reviews about his ability to transition to dramatic roles. The lesson is clear for aspiring wrestlers turned actors: ego versus effort. In Hollywood, talent and humility will always eventually outweigh the biggest brand name trying to force the hierarchy. What do you think? Did John Cena become the ultimate Hollywood winner by simply being a great guy and taking the long road? Or is The Rock's decades-long global box office dominance still the true benchmark for a WWE superstar in film? Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the world of film. See you again next time. Till then, bye-bye.